They say they'll face persecution and even death. Thousands of the Hmong ethnic group in Laos have fled over the border to Thailand since the end of the Vietnam War. They say the authorities in Laos discriminate against the Hmong and massacre civilians, meaning it's too dangerous to return. That's denied by the Laotian government. Now it's Thailand that's losing patience with the Hmong refugees in its midst, and it's putting pressure on them to go back. I'm Veronica Pedrosa, and this is 101 East. For the United Nations, many of the Hmong who've escaped Laos are legitimate refugees. For the Thai government, they're a burden. Economic migrants to a country which already offers shelter to a disproportionately large number of people. And now Thailand says they should go back. That's caused widespread fear among the Hmong in the country. Our correspondent Hannah Belcher met one family who've already been torn apart by the threat of deportation.
These refugees from Laos haven't seen their parents for 9 months. The Thai police took them away. They're living in fear in this one-bedroom apartment in Bangkok, scared that they'll also be arrested. We can't show you this refugee's face. She's worried about her safety.
Life is so difficult now. The Thai police are always looking out to arrest the Hmong refugees, especially when we go out to get food. We don't know what to expect.
This family belongs to the Hmong, an ethnic minority living in the remote jungles of Laos. 2 years ago, they escaped after government soldiers attacked the area where they lived. They sought safety in Thailand. They have UNHCR refugee status, but they're closely watched by Thai immigration officials. In November last year, police raided this Bangkok suburb and arrested about 150 Hmong refugees. The group, including their parents and 2 brothers, were loaded onto trucks and taken to a detention centre near the border with Laos.
My mom and dad, I miss them a lot. I don't know what to do. How can I get back with them? I've never been able to talk to them. I pray to Jesus to help them.
We visited the Nong Khai Immigration Detention Centre, a facility that usually holds people for no longer than 2 weeks. The Hmong have been here 9 months. The inmates were on their daily exercise break when we arrived. More than half are children. 5 were born in detention. A handful have escaped, while others have threatened to commit suicide and staged a hunger strike. The United Nations Refugee Agency says they're legitimate refugees who've committed no crime and need international protection. The UNHCR has described the conditions inside as inhumane. The Thai immigration officers wouldn't allow our camera inside the detention centre, but I found my way into the 2 cells where the Hmong are locked behind bars for most of the day. There was barely any light, but I saw elderly women lying on the floor in tears. I saw babies, their heads covered in rashes. The heat was unbearable, and there was no privacy. These photos show the emotion on the day of the arrests. Human rights groups and the US Congress have urged the Thai government to release the Hmong refugees. Thailand labels them illegal immigrants and has so far ignored offers from Australia, the United States, Canada and the Netherlands to resettle them.
There has also been constant threat by the Thai authority to force these 150 Hmong refugees in Nong Khai, to force them to return to Laos. And if that happens, the world will be standing idle to see one of the biggest violations of human rights laws and international laws by the Thai authority.
Thailand and Laos have just finalised a joint plan to repatriate these detainees and nearly 8,000 more Hmong currently living in Thai refugee camps. The Laos government consistently denies any abuses against the Hmong, but 101 East has learned that Laotian security forces have been cracking down on Hmong villages.
Lao authorities see this Hmong population as a thorn in the side. They wanted to keep the Hmong in the country, to keep the Hmong inside Laos, so that they can deal with them without any prying eye from the international community. Laos is using the vulnerability of Thailand, that is, it greeds for natural resources in Laos, use that as the bargaining chip, forcing Thailand, pressuring Thailand to give in.
Despite assurances from Laos that the Hmong will not be persecuted when they go back, this family says it's simply too dangerous to return.
If we go back to Laos, we cannot live a free and peaceful life. My parents would rather die here in Thailand than go back to Laos.
More now on this topic. I'm joined here in Kuala Lumpur by Laura XIONG. She's Executive Director of Hmong International Human Rights Watch, and by MCKINSEY from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, the main UN body dealing with the plight of refugees. And from Bangkok, we also welcome Dr. PANITAN WATTANAYAGORN, a professor at Chulalongkorn University and an advisor to the Thai government. Thanks very much indeed to all of you for joining us. Laura, first of all, what do you think of the way that the Thai government is dealing with Hmong refugees in Thailand?
The Hmong people are thankful to the Royal Thai government and His Majesty the King of Thailand for the hospitality, nurturance and embrace of thousands of Hmong refugees in Thailand in past decades. Concerning the current treatment of Hmong refugee by Thai government, there have been some few cases such as the confinement of the 156 Hmong refugees in the Nong Khai IDC and the group of 161 that deported back to Laos on June 9, 2007. The Thai government has used force to deport this group of 160 back to Laos, resulting in one death. I believe the current mistreatment of Hmong refugees by Thai government was the result of political pressure by Thailand's neighboring countries.
Dr. Panitan, if I can turn to you in Bangkok, can you explain what's behind Thai policy on the Hmong?
I think the National Security Council last year began to implement the policy on minority groups in Thailand in an effort of trying to reorganize these groups to prevent complications in the future, including drug trafficking, immigration, illegal immigration issues, and transnational crime issues. In fact, it's not only the Hmong Hill tribe groups that the National Security Council is trying to reorganize, but there are many other Hill tribe and refugee and immigrant groups that the NSC is trying to
Right. You say that, Dr. Panitan. I'm sorry to interrupt. You say it's not just the Hmong, but the truth is that there are many tens of thousands more refugees, for example, from Myanmar. Why is this group in particular apparently being singled out?
The first group came after World War II ended. The second group came after the 1970s, 25 in particular, when there's a change of systems of government in Laos and neighboring countries. And recently, only in the last few years, there are new groups coming from Laos. In the last few years, problems concerning the first two groups are quite manageable. Several thousands of them have been given Thai nationalities, and they have settled down quite peacefully in very many places. But the last wave of the Hmong Hill tribes in Thailand, particularly living in Saraburi and other places in the northeast, have caused certain concerns because there are activities connecting them to the political groups in Laos. There are activities connecting them to the old communist.
But Dr. Panitan, I think the Hmong community would point out the fact that they are being seriously oppressed, abused in Laos itself. It sounds like to the Thai government law and order issues are more important than basic human rights.
200,000 Hmong Hill tribes are now allowed to live in Thailand at the moment, but there are just a few thousands that are perhaps causing some concerns. But of course, indeed, this issue is very sensitive and very complicated. At the moment, there are orders for the government officers to re-examine on what to do with these groups. They are listening to complaints from various government groups, but they also have to work with neighboring countries like Laos and others on this issue. So it's a very sensitive issue for the Thai government.
Thanks very much, Dr. PANITAN. Let me bring in Kitty McKinsey from the UNHCR. Just a few thousand people, says Dr. PANITAN, are a matter of concern. But what is really known about their conditions?
Well, there are about 7,700 in Phetchabun province, and they are in a Thai army camp now. And UNHCR does not have access to them, but UNICEF and Médecins Sans Frontières do go and see them. The main point about these people is that the Thai government has repeatedly says that it's going to deport them back to Laos, and the main point is that they have not been screened to see whether there are any among them who are genuine refugees, who are people who are really in need of international protection. And our speaker from Bangkok has made reference to crime and drug trafficking and other issues. Obviously, Thailand is concerned with terrorism, it's concerned with controlling crime, but one of the best ways the UN Refugee Agency maintains to make sure that Thailand knows exactly who's on its territory is to do precisely the kind of screening that we are in favor of. If all these people, the 7,700 who are in Phetchabun, are screened according to international standards, then it will be clear which ones are refugees who really deserve protection and which ones are illegal migrants and which ones are possibly any other category of people, criminals or anything else.
Thank you very much indeed. We're going to stop for a break. We'll be continuing our discussion, of course, afterwards here on 101 East and discovering what life inside Laos is like for some Hmong who've remained there.